Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I will be discussing something that, well, since I've been collecting manga, I believe for a year now, around a year, even though it's pretty short, something that has concerned me, that, it's probably a pet peeve, and that's resellers. Now, I'm not saying all resellers are bad, but I'm just saying mainly for series that are out of stock or either out of print. When it comes to like rare stuff like special edition volumes, that's perfectly fine. I feel like and then like those are for like no one's gonna search for a special edition volume unless you're a really big fan of it, of the series. Then that's perfectly fine. Like things that come to mind are like the Comic-Con version of volume 72 of Naruto. I believe that is the correct number. Stuff like that. That's perfectly fine because like that'll be for like a fan of Naruto who really wants that. No one else is really gonna want to grab onto that. But yeah, I'm talking about out of stocks or out of prints. Last time I talked about getting into manga for beginners, and the one thing I forgot to mention because I wanted a specific video for it was out of stock and out of print stuff and the market for that. It's pretty much hell right now. So when it comes to stuff like that, main things you want to look for are eBay, and there is a subreddit called MangaSwap r/MangaSwap, which is where I usually get most of my stuff, like pretty much a good amount of my collection at the moment, like the stuff right here, which I actually have some stuff right here that I'll be getting into. I've gotten from MangaSwap. It's pretty good. It's just a bunch of people who are trying to sell or buy manga, and it's a community. Pretty much simple as that. And it's a good way to just look at stuff, but it's really hard as well because it's pretty much like a first come first serve thing. So like you constantly have to be on the thing. Only reason why I have Reddit on my phone. Sometimes you'll find that a listing will say I'm selling out of print or out of stock. So for example, the main thing that the main series I can gravitate to right now that I don't have is Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man has been going out of stock recently, and even though I'm a fan of the series, I'm currently on my reread of it. I've wanted to collect it, but it's a big no at this point. It's very hard to find like volume 1. You have to scour through eBay, and it's like people are overselling bundles of it even though it's just a recent series. And honestly, for stuff like that, and for things like Jujutsu Kaisen, should have had that right next to me, but yeah, stuff like this, anything that's big and popular right now is gonna be like that on eBay or Reddit. So stuff like that I suggest waiting for, because like I think this goes for a lot and it really shouldn't. Like you can just wait for this thing like I did. Like I currently have 0 through 3. I have 0 through 3 of Jujutsu Kaisen, and well, I got 0 through Right Stuff. I think I got 1 through 3 either at Barnes and Nobles or like a local my New York stores. So yeah, and then I ordered everything on Right Stuff, so I should be getting everything soon. It should be on my first unboxing video. I have 2 boxes literally down here of all the stuff. I'm just waiting for the next box that's coming in, which is just all Jujutsu Kaisen. So I literally just waited. I believe I purchased that in March. I'm now getting it. It takes a while. Again, Right Stuff is very tricky to go through because once it's out of stock, you're gonna not see it for a while. But yeah. So I just waited. You can wait for stuff like that. It's perfectly fine. The thing is that a lot of people are very into the thing of I need to have this now. It's really cool. It's popular right now. I need to get it. No, just read it digitally. It's perfectly fine that way. If you come across one of the series at a bookstore, then you can pick it up and then slowly grow the collection like that. I know some people like myself prefer to do 1 through 2 and 3, go in order, but sometimes with stuff like this it's kind of hard. For example, an out of print OOP, as it's called, series that I have is Reborn. Yes, this is very old. I finished the anime recently. I finished it like last month or 2 months ago. I think it's last month. I don't remember. But I was like, you know what? I want to see how the manga fares because, unpopular opinion, the anime is just okay. It's okay. It has a lot of problems, but yeah. I wanted to get the manga, so a good thing about Manga Swap is that eventually you'll find somebody that if some people will think, oh, they don't know what they're doing, they're selling this thing for whatever, but they're honestly really fair, and usually people like that will usually get their stuff sold at first. So I got volumes 1 through 3. Yeah, I got volumes 1 through 3 from a guy, and I think I paid $30. I paid $30, so literally $10 each, which is basically the amount that is in the back. And it's honestly in perfect condition. Nothing wrong with it at all. It's basically new, and I really like that. And then I got volumes 7 and 9 for $20 each, so it was okay. But honestly, the series in itself, I see there's one listing on eBay that has the entire English series. By the way, the English series is not finished yet. Biz, you should probably get on that. Translate the whole thing physically, please, because I'm pretty sure that thing's gonna get a reboot sometime. Things like Shaman King and Bleach are getting it, so that will probably get something at a certain point. But the whole series on eBay, there's only one listing for it, is $500 for 16 books. I probably have it right here too, the listing or whatever. And that's outrageous. It's literally 16 books for a series that was published in 2000 and doesn't say here, but mid-aughts. But yeah, that's really not that great. When I went to go look for these, there was a Reddit seller who came up to me and was like, I have the whole series, 500. And I said, no, I'm not gonna do 500. Because even though it is out of print, it should never be that. It should never be at that point. The series is even incomplete in English, so even that sways towards it. So yeah, the guy was like 500, and I was like, you know what? What's the lowest you can do? Because at that time, that eBay post wasn't on there, and so it was like, how did you get that? Because it was just the Japanese series. And he was like, I've seen it for 500. I'm just like, I don't see it at all. The Japanese are like 200, and that's complete. It makes no sense. And then he was like, oh, I sell my stuff regardless, so it's whatever. You're missing out. I'm like, all right, cool. And then now that guy posts on Manga Swap all the time, like every like 2 or 3 weeks, trying to sell everything. And his stuff is like G2 or G3. G ratings are like grades. So like grade 1 is like it's in terrible condition. Grade 5 is amazing. I'd probably say these are the ones I have are like 4 to even 5. I feel like this in itself is like a 5 because it looks amazing for what it is and how old it is. But yeah, like stuff like that you don't have to go through. I really don't recommend. If there's a series that you really want and you're seeing sets for that price, I recommend waiting, going to a bookstore. Even local mom and pop shops will have like, you'll find something. It's like a gold mine basically. And then if you see listings for single issues that are reasonable, like I know there's a bunch of reborns that are like $20 for like a volume, which is probably a good price for me. I think like 30 is maybe 25 for a reborn volume at this point is probably where I'd sit at. So yeah, if you have a reborn, let me know. But yeah, it should never be to a point where you're spending like a paycheck for just one set or even one volume. I know like Bokurano 3, volume 3 is like a $900 book right now. And I was tempted to get a set from Manga Swap, which is literally everything but 3. And then I'm like, wait, I'll probably just like pull my hair because I'll never find 3. Unless I find 3 one day in a shop, and then I'll instantly pick it up, and then I'll start the stuff from there because it makes sense. But yeah, back to out of stock stuff. And the next series I'm going to talk about is Yu-Gi-Oh! R. Now you're probably thinking, what the heck is this? I've never, like, just regular Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, what's the R for? It's basically a sequel series, sort of. It's in between the first 2 arcs of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist Kingdom and Battle City, and then the Millennium World series, which is basically Yugi, the Pharaoh, Atem, whatever, Yami, whatever you want to call him, trying to get his memories back. It's basically in between those, and it's just a new villain and stuff like that. And I haven't read it yet, but I currently have volumes 1 through 4. I couldn't be asked to get all 4 because I don't want a bunch of stuff piling up on my desk. I currently have volumes 1 through 4, and volume 5 is out of print, and it's difficult to find. Like, literally, it's $100 book, and I will justify that if the books that people are selling for $100 come with the card inside. Some Yu-Gi-Oh mangas, I believe Zexal or 5Ds might have been the other series, where like if you bought it brand new, there was a card inside. And so it was one of those 2 series. It might have been another Yu-Gi-Oh series that did that as well. And then R, not for volume 1, sadly. Volumes 2 through 5 have a card in them, like a special card. I had 3 and 4, I believe, or 2 and 4. I know 4 for a fact. I have the card for, and then one of the others I have the card for it. Like the little sleeve for it is literally in the book, and I will justify it for that. But for no other reason should that book be worth that much. I've heard the series Yu-Gi-Oh! R is not even that great. It's just a decent, like, oh, it's like a nice side piece to the whole story. But yeah, stuff like that, it's like, no, like, I hope to find Yu-Gi-Oh! R soon at a store, because yeah, yikes, it's a little too much for that. I ordered all the books through Books A Million, because for some reason Books A Million said that I had it in stock, but it hasn't come yet, and I ordered that like in April, so cool. Yeah. The last thing I want to talk to you about is that if there is a popular series that is out of print, I don't think they're out of print, but they're out of stock, just be wary. And I'm talking about like really big series in the community. Like, you have your Berserks, your Hunter Hunters, that I don't have it on my desk right here, but Hunter Hunter is like difficult to find right now and stuff like that. Just wait and stuff. For example, the same guy I bought the Reborn stuff from, I also bought Goodnight Pun Pun from. I currently have volumes 1 and 2. Volume 3 was in stock for Right Stuff before the birthday sale happened, and I grabbed that up, so hopefully I think one of these is probably in there for one of these boxes. But yeah, I've heard so much about it, I can't wait. Generally, I want to get into that because I've heard so many good things, but I'm not gonna pay over this amount. I really hope that I put it on there. I should, if not, I look really stupid. But over hundreds of dollars just for one book, because it's not worth it. It's really not. Like, I'll probably wind up selling this if that's the case, if I can't find anything. But I literally have 4 more books to go. When I went to my Kinokuniya in New York, they had it in stock, and I just never touched it. And then when I started getting these, they were just not there. The Barnes & Nobles I went to in my my video, they had only volume 1, and I was hoping they had like at least another one, because the series is actually done. Like, I'm pretty sure it's done publishing. Pretty sure you can just find them all online, and I've seen collections of it, so I know it's done. So stuff like that, just like be very wary, because a lot of people will try to scam you. I know there's other things like the Resident Evil manga that is a promotional piece for Resident Evil 6, which is not a great game, but I've heard that go for a lot. I've heard things like very suggestive stuff, like I believe Platoon Volume 13. I'm not gonna show that cover here because it's inappropriate. Stuff like that. The Gantz single volumes are so overpriced, and I don't know why. Even for the fact that the omnibuses are out right now, if you're debating on getting that, just go through the omnibus at this point. Unless you really just don't like chunky books and want to just get singles, by all means go ahead. but it's not worth it. Save your money, because again, once you start collecting stuff, you want to like get a good collection and a really big one. It's not like, oh, I just want to get a couple bucks and that's pretty much it. And so yeah, just do your research and look around. Do not pay that much. Like stuff like this, Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man. I think Chainsaw Man currently, at the time of recording, the birthday sale has each current chapter. I do that a lot. Each current volume is like $5.50 on Right Stuff, which I'm probably gonna do that. It's out of stock, which you'll probably have to wait months for, but I'll probably do that because I really love this series and I want to collect it soon. So I'll probably wind up doing that. Like I said, Jujutsu Kaisen, I bought all of them in March. I'm getting all of them hopefully in a couple days, except Volume 9. They told me Volume 9 was like a no-show, so I have to wait for that. If I find that in the store, then I'll just get that from there. Ask for a refund, and then that's it. I'm up to date with Jujutsu Kaisen, but it is definitely not worth it unless you are a fan of the series and really want to. Like, I probably shouldn't have gotten Reborn, but I'm like, you know what? Why not? It's like a little side project for me. So, you know, unless you're really sure about doing this, then you can wait or go digital. Pretty easy. Do not waste your money on stuff like that. Like $1,000 for a book, and like book around is almost $1,000, and yeah, it's not worth it. Just save your money and be smart about it. That's pretty much all I have for today. I will see you guys when I see you. I guess that's the outro now. Who knows? But yeah, if you like what I do, I cover I was gonna say anime. I need water. I've talked the entire thing straight. I talk anime and manga on this channel. If you like what I do, stick around. I hope you do. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you when I see you. See ya.